Good morning, everybody. Talking your bottom line this morning, and I'm hanging out at the touchscreen with Mike Jankins, who's here to talk the do's and don'ts when it comes to bankruptcy, or kind of that relationship that we have with our bankruptcy attorney, correct?
That's right. We like people to do the right things and not do the wrong things so they have a successful outcome for their case.
Absolutely. So today's guest, Jankins Law Firm. So let's get right to it, and let's start positive. Let's talk about the do's, the things we should be thinking about doing, and right off the bat, come prepared when we're going to an appointment, correct?
Yeah, you have a free hour of consultation time to see me. So when you're coming in, we ask everybody to write down a list of their debts and bring it with them.
How in depth do we need to go? Are we researching back taxes? What level of preparation do we need so that we're utilizing the best of that free time with you?
Well, we need to know how bad their situation is. So we just ask everybody to write down all the debts you got based on what you know and the amounts. We ask people to bring their last couple of paycheck stubs from work because a person's income is integral into determining many of the issues that may even be in bankruptcy, and even if they can file all together, given that there's income conditions. So we have to know what income's coming into the family. Then we don't ask people to necessarily write this down because unfortunately we assume that people have a pretty good understanding of their everyday living expenses, but we do kind of go through that when they're at the initial appointment. So we want to know how much do you pay for Mid-America Energy, Des Moines Water, what do you pay for your groceries. So we do go through that. We don't ask people to write it down though because we figure they must have some idea.
Some idea
but
of,
we
like,
do go through that.
Basic utilities and things that are coming out of your paycheck every single month or every couple of weeks. What's an easy way? Like, obviously you probably know who your debtors are if they're calling or writing or things like that, but could you just do a credit score check and that's going to give you a list of those debts?
Well, a person can go and get their credit report, but well, for the people that are more responsible, they have their bills. I mean, they're still paying them every month, and so we just ask them to go off the information they've got. For other people who don't really, well, they're not responsible, unfortunately,
right,
and they don't keep their records and they haven't paid for so long, they don't even have their bills, then we recommend that they try to get their credit report from one of the places that they're available, and they can bring that with them. But we can't do anything for people if they don't tell us who they owe. Because the whole goal is to get rid of the debts they owe.
Absolutely. So utilize your time the best with that free consultation that their office does provide by coming in prepared. Okay, that being said, do provide your attorney all of the information that is requested of you. And this is what got me. This is for your own protection. What exactly does that mean?
Well, during the preparation of the bankruptcy process, we require people to provide us a list of various documents. It's about a 10 or 11 item list. Some of it doesn't apply to everybody, but there's tax returns, there's pay stubs, documentation of assets, so real estate deeds, car titles, life insurance policies if they're the kind that build up value. All of this information is important in building the actual bankruptcy case. A document has to be filed with the court ascertaining all of these different things, and we want to verify this information to make sure it's accurate, because if the information's not accurate, somebody can get into difficulty during their bankruptcy. We need this information so we can figure out what a true fair valuation is for things, because there's limitations on asset values that come into play in bankruptcy. So we really have to make sure that we're seeing the documentation of certain things and being able to calculate income. We have to verify income on tax returns. We have to prepare, or we actually have to give one of the tax returns to the court, the most recent one,
right,
for the case to even be allowed to go through. So it's just very important that we have this information. Is it a pain? Yes. We don't love collecting it, but it's important because we have to utilize it in preparing the case. And for us to do your case correctly and again assure a good outcome, we need to collect these things, because we have people, unfortunately, and I guess sometimes I don't blame them, that grumble, oh, why do we have to do this? I don't think I need to do this thing. But we're not doing it for the fun of it. We're doing it because it's a necessity. And so that's why we request it, to protect our client and make sure their case is done well.
And for your own protection, as it states right here, if you want to win this case, you know what it takes to get there. So make sure you're providing all of that important information that you requested.
That's right.
Okay, so let's say oh, I'm not really sure about what you just said or what documentation you're looking for. Am I doing the right thing? Just ask. That's why you're there.
That's right. So sometimes people are collecting a lot of information in an appointment, so there can be information overload sometimes, and people are coming in a little bit nervous, and under the best of circumstances, they may not remember everything, and they're just given all this information in a packet that they're supposed to fill out.
Right.
So if they're not sure whether they should do it or if I said this or didn't say it, I'd prefer that I be called, or my secretary knows some of the responses too, and just clarify things versus somebody just doing it incorrectly. It'll save us a lot of time getting it done right the first time, and so mistakes aren't made. We'd prefer you call.
Exactly. If you're in a moment of frustration or concern or wonder, just make sure they're reaching out and saying hello. That being said, maybe don't call every possible question, save them all until you have a couple. Why should we limit our phone calls to you?
Well, it's because we're very busy, and we're trying to get things done, and we certainly want to help and answer questions for people on the phone, but we just can't have an unending volume of phone calls. So when it comes to the paperwork, we instruct all of our clients, don't call us if you get stuck on the paperwork. Write your questions down as you're going along, and when you've completed the entire packet, then call, and we'll answer all your questions at once. On the other hand, if there's something going on in your life that is important to talk about, if someone's trying to repossess your car, if you've just been served with a lawsuit that we didn't know about, it's a good idea that we know, and we want people to call us and let us know if things are developing, if things are changing that are important.
So know when it is important to pick up the call and give you guys a ring and let you know what's going on, but don't do it with every single question. Okay, one final do here. If the bankruptcy trustee in your case requests information from you, provide it immediately.
Right, so the trustee is the administrator of the case. They're at a position that's right below where the judge sits, and so once we filed your case and if they want further information to flesh out certain things about assets and such, it's very important that the person be doing things right away and not just blowing it off, because sometimes you'll find that people just don't comply. Their attorney asks them to produce things, they don't produce them, and if these things go too far south, the trustee can actually ask the judge to deny the entire bankruptcy for failure to provide critical information that might be used in figuring out certain assets or where they've gone. So it's important to provide information when requested by the court.
So it sounds like to me, create that good relationship. Give you guys a call, set up that free appointment consultation, and create that relationship so you can have a good outcome at the end.
That's right.
Okay, so let's say people want to get in touch with you, because I know we have a whole bunch of don'ts that we're going to be doing next time with you, sir. These are all the do's, and I imagine even more so. Create that relationship. Get your paperwork lined up, ready to go for that free consultation that your office does provide. How can we start setting that conversation?
Well, you can give us a call at 255-1855. We're happy to answer questions on the phone. You can find us on the internet at www.iowa-bankruptcylaw.com, or you can follow us on Facebook.
As a professional who deals with your bottom line on a regular basis, out of all these dues this morning, which would you say is the most important that you're requesting of clients that are reaching out?
Come prepared at your appointment.
All right, come prepared at your appointment. You're given a whole free hour to talk to the experts that could help save your life and save your money. So make sure you are prepared and ask all the right questions, get everything done that first time so you're ready to go.
That's right.
Okay, perfect. All right, when we come back with Mike Jankins, next time he's around, we're going to talk some serious don'ts as well. So stay tuned for that bottom line coming up later on Iowa Live.